All right, welcome everyone. Today, we're going to put on our detective hats and solve a classic mystery in the world of Persian grammar. It's a case that trips up a lot of learners, but trust me, by the end of this, you'll have all the clues you need to crack it wide open.
So let's get right to the heart of the puzzle. Why on earth are there two different ways to say my spouse in Persian? You might hear someone say hamseriman, but then you'll also hear hamseram. They mean the exact same thing, but they just feel different. So what's going on? That's the case we're cracking today.
To get to the bottom of this, we first need to understand the situation. We're calling this section The Case, a Persian Identity Crisis. It's time to investigate the evidence and see what we can dig up. Okay, here are our two main suspects. On the left, we've got the independent agent, Hamsar Miman. It's perfectly clear, it's direct, but it can sound a little bit stiff, a little formal. And on the right, we have the secret identity, Hamsaram. Now this one is faster, it's smoother, and it's the one that's going to make you sound way more like a native speaker. So let's break it down. Hamsar Eman literally translates to spouse of me. I mean, it's grammatically correct, but it's a little clunky, you know? Hamsaram, on the other hand, is just a clean, simple, my spouse. The goal for any of us learning the language is to get really comfortable using that second, more natural form. All right, so before we can understand the disguise, we need to meet the main characters in their normal everyday forms. Let's bring them in for the identity lineup. Here's our main cast. These are the 6 primary pronouns in Persian. We've got man for I, to for the informal you, and u for he or she. Then for the plurals, you have ma for we, shomā for the formal or plural you, and ānhā for they. These are the heroes of our story, just as they are. Now here's a huge plot twist, especially if you're an English speaker. In Persian, these pronouns are like method actors. They don't change their costume. The word man is always man, whether it's playing the role of I, me, or my. This is totally different from English, where I has to change into me or my depending on what it's doing in the sentence. Okay, get ready, because this is the main event. This is the moment of the great transformation, where we finally uncover the pronoun's secret identity. This, right here, is the key to solving our entire mystery. So what is this secret identity? It's called a possessive suffix. Just think of it like a short, clever little ending that attaches directly to a noun to show who it belongs to. It's the pronoun's disguise, its alter ego that lets it blend right into the conversation. And here it is, the key that unlocks the whole thing. On the left, you see our original hero, the full pronoun, and on the right, its secret suffix identity. So, man becomes the little suffix m, to becomes at, u turns into ash, and for the plurals, ma becomes amon, shomā is aton, and ānhā is eshan. This chart, this is your guide to sounding fluent and natural in Persian. So how does this actually work in a sentence? It's a super simple 3-step process. Step 1, you start with a noun, like kitab, which means book. Step 2, you add that secret suffix for my, which we just learned is am. And step 3, reveal the new identity. Kitabam, my book. So simple, so smooth, so efficient. Let's look at a couple more of these transformations so the pattern really clicks. The formal your house, khaneyatu, becomes the much slicker khaneyat. His or her cat, gorbeyau, becomes gorbeyash. Oh, and a quick pro tip, see that little Y sound that pops in? When a noun ends in a vowel, you just add that Y to connect it smoothly to the suffix. You can really feel how much faster these versions are, right? All right, I think we have all the clues we need. Let's officially close this case and talk about how this new knowledge is going to help you unlock truly fluent Persian. So, why does this all matter so much? Well, because using these suffixes is the key. It's what makes you sound less like you're reading from a textbook and more like you're actually speaking the language. It is an absolute game changer for conversational Persian. So, what's the big takeaway here? Using suffixes makes your communication way faster. It makes your sentences flow so much more smoothly. And really, most importantly, it just sounds natural. This is how Persian is actually spoken every single day. I want you to think of it like this. You haven't just learned a boring piece of grammar. You've learned the secret handshake of fluent Persian. You are now in on the secret that separates the beginners from the more advanced, natural-sounding speakers. So, now that you've totally cracked the code for nouns, it kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other secrets do you think are hiding inside Persian verbs? The investigation is far from over. Thanks for joining me.
Feel alive, shorts, many lessons all in sight. Learn and laugh day and night. Subscribe, like, and hit the bell. Join the fun, you'll do so well. Persianaire, the channel's name. Learning Persian is the game.